Have you ever wondered why we feel the way we do? Why emotions surge through us like a tumultuous sea, pushing and pulling us in different directions? Our emotions are complex, intricate, and deeply intertwined with our human experiences. They're a fundamental part of us, shaping our thoughts, influencing our actions, and impacting our overall well-being. From the euphoria of joy to the depths of despair, every emotion paints a unique hue on the canvas of our lives. But what are emotions really? They are our natural responses to the events and experiences that unfold around us. Just as our eyes blink in response to a gust of wind, our hearts feel in response to the world. This is an inherent part of our human design, an echo of our primal instincts to respond to our environment. Yet there is a profound beauty in the ephemeral nature of emotions. They are transient, like the passing clouds in the sky or the waves on a shore. They come and go, ebbing and flowing with the rhythm of our lives. They do not define us. Rather, they provide us with a rich tapestry of experiences that enhance our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. But it is crucial to remember that while emotions are powerful, they are not all-consuming. They are not the masters of our destiny. They are merely passengers, accompanying us on our life's journey, whispering their wisdom into our ears and vanishing as quickly as they came. Just as the wind shapes the dunes but does not dictate their essence, our emotions shape our experiences but do not define our identity. By recognizing this, we can learn to navigate the stormy seas of our emotions, harnessing their power to help us grow, learn, and evolve. And so as we delve deeper into this journey of understanding our emotions, let us remember this. Emotions, while powerful, are not the masters of our destiny. They are the passengers accompanying us on our journey. But what if we could harness the power of these emotions? What if we could steer the ship instead of being tossed around by the stormy seas? Imagine a world where you could recognize and understand your emotions as they arise. A world where you could navigate the turbulent waters of your feelings. This is not a far-fetched fantasy, but a reality that can be achieved through the power of recognition. Recognition of emotions is not about suppressing or denying them. It's about being aware of what we're feeling and why, without judgment or resistance. It's about acknowledging that our emotions are valid and real, but they do not define us. They are transient, like clouds passing in the sky. Let's consider anger, for instance. It's a powerful emotion that can consume us if we let it. But when we pause, recognize it, and ask ourselves why we're feeling this way, we can begin to understand its root cause. Perhaps it's a reaction to a perceived injustice, or maybe it's a defense mechanism against fear or vulnerability. By recognizing the emotion, we can diffuse its power over us and choose how to respond. The same goes for other emotions. Happiness, sadness, fear, excitement. They all have something to tell us if we take the time to listen. They are messengers carrying important information about our needs, desires, and boundaries. Recognizing our emotions also helps us understand ourselves better. It reveals our triggers, our patterns, our strengths, and our weaknesses. It shows us where we need to grow and where we need to heal. It guides us towards self-awareness and self-improvement. Moreover, recognizing our emotions allows us to empathize with others. When we understand our own feelings, we can better understand the feelings of those around us. This leads to deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. It's important to remember, though, that recognition is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process, a journey of self-discovery and growth. It's a skill that needs to be honed and practiced, but the rewards are worth it. Recognition is the first step to gaining control over our emotional landscape. By mastering this skill, we can navigate the stormy seas of our emotions and steer our ship towards calmer waters. We can live more mindfully, more authentically, and more freely. How do we begin to recognize our emotions, you ask? The answer lies in the practice of self-reflection. Picture this: a quiet room, a comfortable chair, a few moments of solitude, and a mind ready to embark on an introspective journey. This is the setting for self-reflection, a practice that requires nothing more than your time and intention. Why is self-reflection so crucial? Well, it's like setting out on a voyage without a map. Without self-reflection, we wander aimlessly through our emotional landscape, unaware of the patterns that shape our responses. But by dedicating a few minutes each day to this practice, we can begin to chart our emotional territory, identifying the peaks of joy, the valleys of sadness, and the winding paths of our other emotions. As we map out our emotional geography, we start to recognize patterns. Perhaps we notice a surge of frustration every time we're interrupted, or a wave of joy when we accomplish a task. Over time, these patterns reveal our emotional triggers, the events or circumstances that spark our emotional responses. By identifying these triggers, we gain a deeper understanding of our emotions and how to navigate them. But the journey doesn't end there. Self-reflection also allows us to question our emotional responses. Why does a particular comment make us angry? Why does a certain memory bring us happiness? By asking these questions, we delve deeper into our emotional wellspring, uncovering the roots of our reactions. Through this process of self-exploration, we gradually develop emotional intelligence. We become more in tune with our feelings, understanding them not as overwhelming forces, but as transient responses that we can observe, understand, and manage. And as we cultivate this awareness, we gain a sense of control. We realize that we can choose how to respond to our emotions. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can pause, reflect, and respond in a way that aligns with our values and intentions. So, set aside some time for self-reflection. Venture into your emotional landscape with curiosity and openness. Chart your emotional territory, identify your triggers, and question your responses. Through self-reflection, we become the observers of our own emotional journeys. Another powerful tool in our emotional recognition arsenal is journaling. By committing our thoughts and feelings to paper, we create a tangible record of our emotional journey. This does more than just allow us to track our emotions over time. It provides a space for introspection and understanding that is often missing in the rush of our daily lives. Just imagine, each page of your journal is like a canvas, waiting to be filled with the colors of your emotions. At first glance, these hues may seem to blend together, indistinguishable. But as you write, as you delve into the depths of your feelings, you begin to see patterns. You'll notice the consistent strokes of joy, the sporadic splashes of anger, the subtle undertones of sadness. These are the intricate patterns of your emotional landscape. Writing about our feelings is more than just a cathartic exercise. It's a process of discovery. You see, when we pour our emotions into words, we are forced to confront them, to understand them, to give them names. This act of naming is powerful. It strips away the mystery, the fear, the confusion that often surrounds our emotions, leaving us with clarity and insight. Take a moment to consider the emotions you've felt today. Perhaps you felt frustration at a task that didn't go as planned, joy at a compliment received, or unease about an upcoming event. Now imagine writing about these emotions in your journal. As you describe your frustration, you might realize it stems from unrealistic expectations. As you revel in your joy, you may discover it's tied to validation from others. As you explore your unease, you could find it's rooted in fear of the unknown. Through journaling, we not only track our emotions, but we also unravel the threads that weave them together. We start to see the triggers, the reactions, the patterns that make up our emotional tapestry. And with this understanding, we gain a sense of control. We realize that our emotions, while powerful, are not all-encompassing. They are part of us, but they do not define us. A journal serves as a mirror, reflecting back to us the nature of our emotions. It's a tool for self-discovery, for emotional recognition, for personal growth. And in the end, isn't that what this journey is all about? Recognizing our emotions is not enough. We must also learn to detach ourselves from them. This is the art of detachment, a vital skill in understanding and managing our emotional responses. Think of emotions as waves in the ocean. They rise and fall, ebb and flow, each wave unique in its strength and duration. If we're not careful, we can easily be swept away, losing sight of the stable shoreline. Detachment is akin to floating atop these waves, observing them as they come and go without being pulled under. Emotional detachment doesn't mean we ignore or suppress our emotions. Quite the opposite, in fact. It means we acknowledge them, we feel them, But we don't let them dictate our actions. We make room for them to exist without allowing them to take control. It's a form of emotional maturity that allows us to respond rather than react. Reacting is impulsive, driven by the raw intensity of the emotion at hand. It's the immediate, often unconsidered action we take in response to an emotional stimulus. Responding, on the other hand, is thoughtful and deliberate. It takes into account the emotion felt, but also considers the broader context, the potential consequences, and the most beneficial course of action. Mastering the art of detachment involves practice. It's about training yourself to pause when an emotion arises, to sit with it, observe it, and understand it before deciding on your response. It's about recognizing that while you cannot control the emotions you feel, you can control how you respond to them. This skill grants you a sense of control amidst the often chaotic world of emotions. It allows you to navigate life's ups and downs with a level of equanimity, maintaining your balance even when the waves grow large. It's about understanding that emotions are transient, they come and they go, and they don't have to define us unless we let them. Detachment is the key to navigating the sea of emotions without being swept away. So next time you find yourself caught in an emotional wave, remember to float, observe, and respond with thoughtfulness and care. As we learn to recognize our emotions, we begin to see changes in our lives. Profound words indeed, but what exactly are these changes? How does recognizing our emotions impact our lives? Let's start with mental health. By acknowledging our emotions, we allow ourselves to process them rather than suppressing or ignoring them. This leads to improved mental health, as we're no longer carrying the burden of unprocessed feelings. It's akin to cleaning a room. The more frequently we tidy up, the less cluttered it becomes. Similarly, the more frequently we recognize and address our emotions, the healthier our mind becomes. Next, we have better decision-making. Our emotions often influence our decisions, sometimes leading us astray. But when we recognize these emotions, we can take a step back. We can ask ourselves, is this emotion clouding my judgment? By doing so, we allow ourselves to make decisions based not on fleeting emotions but on rational thought. We become better decision makers, equipped with the capability to navigate life's numerous challenges. Then we have healthier relationships. Recognizing our own emotions allows us to understand others' emotions. This understanding fosters empathy, enabling us to form deeper connections with those around us. Our relationships improve as we become more understanding, more patient, and more compassionate. Lastly, recognizing our emotions empowers us. It gives us control over our own lives. We're no longer at the mercy of our emotions. Instead, we can decide how we want to respond to them. We can choose to react impulsively, or we can choose to respond rationally. It's like having a remote control to our own lives. In essence, recognizing our emotions transforms us. It improves our mental health, enhances our decision-making, fosters healthier relationships, and empowers us. It allows us to understand ourselves better, to navigate life's challenges with grace, and to form deeper connections with others. By recognizing our emotions, we become the captains of our own ships, steering ourselves towards a brighter, healthier future. Recognizing the nature of emotions is not a destination, but a journey. Indeed, understanding emotions is akin to embarking on an expedition into the uncharted territories of the mind. It's not a voyage with a definitive end, but a continuous exploration that unfolds with each passing day. Just as we traverse through a spectrum of landscapes on a journey, we encounter a multitude of emotions in life. Joy, sorrow, anger, love, fear, surprise. These are but a few stops on this grand tour. It's essential to remember that it's perfectly normal to experience all of these emotions. They are not intruders to be expelled, but guests to be acknowledged and understood. Each emotion, whether pleasant or unpleasant, comes bearing lessons. Joy teaches us what makes our spirits soar. Anger points to where our boundaries lie. Fear shows us what we need to confront. Sorrow reveals what truly matters to us. Recognizing the nature of these emotions is akin to gathering these lessons, collecting wisdom from each encounter. However, it's important to note that recognizing emotions does not entail becoming their prisoner. It's about observing them, learning from them, but not letting them seize the steering wheel of our actions. It's about maintaining a sense of equanimity even amidst the stormiest emotional seas. This journey of emotional recognition is not a straight, smooth path. It's a winding trail marked by peaks of clarity and valleys of confusion. There will be times when emotions may seem overwhelming, almost impossible to decipher. But worry not, for such moments are integral to the journey. They are the challenges that mold us into more self-aware and resilient individuals. Remember, the journey is more important than the destination. It's about the wisdom gathered, the resilience developed, the self-awareness heightened, and the emotional balance achieved along the way. So, embrace this journey, embrace the emotions, the lessons they bring, the growth they instigate. Embrace the journey of emotional recognition, and watch as you transform into a more self-aware, resilient, and emotionally balanced individual. As we come to the end of this exploration, let's ponder on what we've learned. We've delved into the intricate labyrinth of our emotions, recognizing their power and how they color our world. We've learned that emotions are natural responses to events, ever-changing and transient. We've acknowledged the importance of self-reflection, dedicating precious moments daily to understand our emotional landscape. Journaling, a potent tool, has been emphasized to track our emotional responses, painting a vivid picture of our emotional patterns. We've discovered the art of detachment, understanding that recognizing the nature of emotions grants us control. It enables us to respond rationally instead of reacting impulsively, becoming masters of our emotional domain. This journey, while challenging, is immensely rewarding. It's a journey of self-discovery, self-mastery, and ultimately self-improvement. Remember, emotions are a part of us, but they do not define us. Recognize them, understand them, and use them as tools to navigate the journey of life.